is Jasmine, and this is Jazz in Motion. Yeah, we're back with another video. If you're new to my channel, make sure you click subscribe. If you're already a part of the squad, what's up, squad? What up? This is Ashley Joy. She has her own YouTube channel. Tell her.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Gant.
Her YouTube channel? I will put the link for her YouTube channel in the description box, so make sure you just click that below. Hey, so today we're going to be talking about how to make a long-term relationship last. Now, with that being said, I don't do long-term relationships. No, it's not that I don't do them, I just can't do them. So I'm going to actually get some advice here as well, and I'm going to give you guys some things maybe that you shouldn't do, maybe that won't be too good, some things that I've learned along the way. And she's been in a relationship for how many years?
I was in a relationship for 8 years.
Okay, 8 years.
Off and on though.
8 years. From college to now. So, well, yeah. Yes. Okay, well, since you have all the keys to life, because nobody loves me, why don't you tell us what you think the main thing is to have a successful long-term relationship?
Okay, so for me, I would definitely say probably one of the most important things to have is communication. Especially because a lot of times, even if you are to not work out with that person, having the ability to talk about that is important. Or even if you do want to work out, like kind of really knowing what it is that you want out of a relationship, communicating that to your partner, letting them know what's important to you, them letting you know. I mean, it's all about communication. If you guys can't communicate, it can go with a lot of like, let's say your partner makes you upset and you don't say anything about it and you just hold it on for years. And eventually all those things add up. When you don't communicate with your partner, things will never change and it'll just get worse and worse. But to really be able to come to each other in a healthy way. Like if you're mad, arguing and screaming is not going to fix the problem. So it's definitely important to take some time away so you're able to communicate effectively. So communication, and not just any communication, effective communication.
And I want to piggyback off of that because my recommendation, since you know I'm always single, what I've learned is that communication is great, but it doesn't work if you don't have the ability to understand where they're coming from.
Yep.
So when you are communicating, you're not communicating to get your point across. Like that's so important. You're communicating to understand where they were coming from. Because if both of you two are communicating, try to understand each other, it's going to be easier to resolve the problem. Because I feel like a lot of times in a relationship, there'll be an issue. And so it's like, you're over here, you guys are over here, you're fighting over this one issue. When it's supposed to be, this is the issue. You guys are over here fighting against it together.
Exactly. Boom. And that's important right there too. Especially because that happens a lot. And I think another key, like you said, like going back into effective communication, like people don't know how to effectively communicate. It seems like sometimes that you'll think you're getting your point across, but you're not. So this is advice that my aunt gave me a long time ago, and I actually to this day still try to hold to this. It is nobody else's job to understand you. Unfortunately, it is your job to get people to understand what you're saying, because nobody really truly knows what you're saying, what you're feeling. So if somebody don't understand you, you have to figure out ways to get them to understand you. I know that sounds crazy, it sounds like a lot of work, but relationships are work. So you have to figure out there. So what that means is if I'm talking to somebody, sorry guys, but if they don't understand you, you have to get them to understand you, because it's like I said, it's your feelings that you're trying to get across. And sometimes we think, oh, well, you should understand, you should know, but maybe they don't know, they truly don't know. So it's your job to get them to understand that. And one of the ways you can do that is by understanding, knowing your partner and knowing how they communicate. If your partner does not do well under you arguing and screaming and you know they shut down, you're not going to listen, but you really want to get your point across, then that's your job to say, you know what, babe, I really love you, I want to talk to you about this, but right now, I'm upset. I want to argue. I want to cuss you. I want to smack you, or whatever it is.
I want to do some toxic shit.
Right. I want to do some stuff. And I know you don't listen if I do that. So let me calm down so that I can really try to figure out how to get you to see what I'm saying. Trying to get them.
Are you pause? Because you've given them a lot of information right now. Yeah. Are y'all writing this down? Because I'm telling you, she has the keys. She ain't just telling you this. She giving y'all free major key alert, like DJ Khaled, like 8 years in. So write this shit down. Check that list twice, you guys.
Yes. And I'm gonna go ahead because
something I feel like is really important for me and that I've learned is you really need to know who you are as a person.
Ooh,
Because you may want something, but who you are as a person doesn't do well with who you're wanting, if that makes any sense. So like, you may want the bad boy, but girl, you quick to cuss somebody out, and that's not gonna work with the bad guy. Like, you may need to go for the good guy that he can see you're upset, and instead of pushing you while you're upset, he's gonna be like, all right, let me give you a moment, like she said. So understand who you are, because if you know who you are, you're gonna better understand what you need in a partner. Don't try to jump from relationship to relationship thinking that the issue was the other person. Because no matter what, like, you had something to do with it as well. So make sure you know your faults.
That point is key. That's the number one point. Actually, that's the first point. Because you can't even communicate what you want if you don't know who you are and what it is that you're trying to find. You will grow through life, and things may change for you, but being able to truly understand yourself in every aspect of growth, meaning as you grow through life. So not just you're growing through life. You're going to learn something new about yourself in every phase of your life, and that's something that you have to make sure that partnership is also evolving with you, so that it's not dragging you down. And that's where, for me, faith is important. So having faith and for me, one of the biggest things, and I think equally yoked, that is a topic a lot of people like to pair completely with Christianity, which I am a Christian. But that's something in general, like having somebody who has some of the same goals and morals and values as you is important, because if you guys don't, you will bump heads a lot, because you guys will start to see life a little bit different. You're looking at life through two different lenses, which can work, but it's definitely more difficult. So you want to find somebody who you're equally yoked with, so that you guys can have that partnership that's built off of a similar foundation, so they can last longer.
Now, this is important, and
I'm hot, so I'm just...
I haven't been in a relationship in a few years. Like, I talked to some people, but I'm committed. No, not me. Not committed. Not this one. Because I want to make sure if I'm going to be committed to someone, it's, going to be right. Now,
which is good. I really appreciate you saying that, because I hate when people drag people through relationships. Yeah,
they're just trying to jump because they don't want to be alone. And that was my next thing. Make sure you're okay with being alone. Because if you're gonna be okay with like being with someone long term, it's important to realize like you are still your own person and they are still their own person. You may go through certain things in your relationship, because again, we're talking long term, right? Maybe marriage, years and years and years. Their job may require them to go to another state. Your job may require you to go to another state, or something where you guys can't be together all the time. You can't see them every single day. So remembering that you are your own person and they are their own person, and you guys come together to be great together. Like, because one of my problems, I'm not gonna lie, when I'm in a relationship, I'm in the relationship. Like, it is me and you till the end, boo. Like,
we do have a relationship, we're friends. That means that we're gonna, and that's another form of a long-term relationship that you can gain too. So take these steps for beyond romantic.
This isn't just like romantic, exactly. Because for your friends, it's the same thing. Like, I lost friends because I was so dependent on them. Because it was like I wanted to be with them every single day, and it wasn't like a weird thing. It was just eventually you get tired of each other. Eventually you're gonna argue, you're gonna fight, and you're not having sex. So that's eventually gonna die out because you ain't getting no pleasure from it.
Exactly.
I'm just being honest.
Exactly.
You gotta go, boo.
You gotta go. No, I like that point. And I don't want to start laughing, y'all, because once I start laughing, it's hard for me to stop. Because this girl had me cracking up.
Yo, she had me dying on the previous video. Go to her channel and watch that previous video, because I was crying. That's probably why my makeup's a little...
I got hot from laughing. Like, I get hot when I laugh. Like, my face turns red and I look all like flushed and stuff. And I'm like,
okay. I'm trying to think, is there anything really important that I feel like I want to share about...
Oh, here's another key thing too.
You say one, I have one.
Okay. Why did I just lose it? Dating your partner. You should always date. That's what I was trying to say. So when you're in a relationship, you want to make sure that you keep that spark going. You want to make sure that you keep that love going. So you don't always have to like, we've been together for 5 years, so you just
she's fine. He's fine.
But just really continue to date your partner. Have fun. Go out. Have you time. Have
pause. I have something to say. But you guys just seen that. Okay. That was her communicating, because she just told her significant other that she's filming, and he's continuing to message her, and that is getting on her nerves. But instead of going off, she's like, I understand who he is as a person, and I'm just gonna let it go.
Yeah, exactly. And that's key. I'm telling y'all, that's key. You have to know your partner. And you know yourself, and then know your partner, and then working that together. But date. Keep on dating.
Don't settle.
Ooh.
Don't think that you're gonna be in a long-term relationship if you settled because they look good, or they had money, or because they had time, or because they're dependent. A lot of people like somebody to depend on them. They want to feel, people like to feel needed.
Yeah.
And that is a situation that it's going to lead to a toxic environment. Whether it's for you, or it's for them, or if there's kids involved, or family, or friends, or whatever the situation is. If you're settling, if you're not getting what you need, eventually it's gonna boil up. You're gonna not be happy, and then what are you gonna do?
And it's gonna end because eventually,
And don't think that, like, for example, if you're telling yourself, I want a guy who has his master's degree, or I want a girl who has her master's degree, and you decide you're not gonna date anyone unless they have a master's, that's okay.
Yeah.
But with that being said, my dad used to always tell me, like, baby, you can't be a penny out here looking for a quarter. So if you're looking for somebody who has their master's degree, buddy, I hope you have your master's degree or your PhD, because how is that even fair?
Exactly. I agree 100%. That's equally your part. Because equally yoked is just on another person. It's on you too. You have to be what you need to be, the love and everything that you want to be in somebody else first. Kind of what she's saying, loving yourself, being that first. That allows the relationship to work. Because then, if it don't work, you're still good. And if it does work, you're still good. You have to be good first. I'm telling you, you have to be good first. So much stuff happening in this world that we are not in control of, and one thing is not your partner. You can have the most faithful partner, be married for 50 years, and then they cheat on you, or they decide to leave you, or they go off to war. They die, exactly. So many things can happen, and we depend on each other. But no, love you first. Love you, become what you need in a relationship, and then everything will work out the way it's meant to.
And remember, when you're single, you can be selfish.
Be selfish.
That's the time. That is the time. Woo! Once you're in a relationship, that goes out the window, because now you have to think about somebody else. When you're single, be single, boo.
When you're single, I agree with you. When you're single, be single. Don't act like you're in a relationship if you're not. If you're with somebody who doesn't want a relationship and you want a relationship, move on. Because if you don't, you will sit there and, trust me, like,
look at me. Stop messing with these people who don't want to be messed with. Stop it.
Yes, because boo, you are the prize. Never forget that.
Figure out your cost and add some tax.
Exactly.
But
both our head cocked to the side.
Yeah. But I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I know we were just kind of throwing some random things out there, but at the end of the day, if you're going to be in a long-term committed relationship, first thing to remember is it's going to be hard. You're going to have to work on it every single day.
Yeah.
And that people change, whether it's your friends, family, significant other. The person you met 4 years ago may not be the person that you're gonna know 8 years from now. So, be accepting to who they are, be open to their changes, and
everything works out the way it's supposed to. I was looking for that.
Everything will always work out for you. Positive affirmation, bitch.
Yeah. Follow what you see, and listen to your heart and everything.
And if you're a woman, listen to your gut, because we got that intuition that these men don't
Christian,
have
that faith. I'm telling you that.
And if you're not, believe in the universe.
It's all the same thing.
Period.
So,
but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, make sure that you guys subscribe so you could be a part of the squad. Peace.
Peace.